This is exactly what Padres fans wanted to hear. Yu Darvish, the pitching captain, the man who anchors our team spiritually, is back to potentially getting on the mound at the major league level. Let's talk about the direct reports of his return and the implication of what that means for the Padres pitching staff. Before we get there, though, I got to do the obligatory YouTube thing of introduce myself, Christian Pedersen, the show, Padres Digest, the subscribe button right below you. If you could hit it, it would be fantastic. If not, no worries. I'll always keep bugging you about it. Let's go back to this tweet, and then there's a corresponding story from Kevin Acee from the Union Tribune talking about Yu Darvish making a very calculated rehab start. The story talks about how this is scheduled ups and downs of simulated innings and is still very much a baby step along the way, but I think that this represents the most significant of the steps because, to me, going from like completely shut down to doing something is a step, but it's not that significant a step. Going from doing something to throwing a baseball is a step, but once you actually get back to game time, throwing the ball, facing batters, even if it's in a simulated, very controlled setting, it just feels like that's a bigger step along the way because that's how you're finally at the time where it's like, okay, we got to check if this is working or not. You don't know with elbow, shoulder, all of that tightness just at like hey, we're throwing some long toss. Oh, it all feels good. It's only really, in my opinion, once you get fully up to game-ish speed, 85, going 85% plus, that you can start to be like, okay, we've really checked now under the hood proverbially and seen what is going wrong or right, or if anything is holding us back, or if we can finally move forward. So to me, being in Peoria, facing batters for not just 5 pitches or one, or like a something for a goodwill YouTube clip is fantastic. I think that all along, the May to June timeline that we have been presented with by the Padres initially still feels intact to me, but also the Yu Darvish injury has very much been we're going to take this as slow as we need to take this because this guy is a little bit older and also is somebody that we want to have back we want to get him back and keep him back type of thing. So I totally buy into all of the Padres' reasoning there, and I want you guys to jump in the comments below and let me know what you think in terms of, is he if he could go, let's say that he makes that rehab start Tuesday. That'll be the 12th of May. Okay. 12th of May makes his first rehab start. Let's say he needs 2 rehab starts. So that's like the 17th of May. He makes that second rehab start. Back on the roster around the 20th. Rotated back into the rotation. That'd be late May, early June that he's coming back at a conceivable clip right now. I think June is great. I think June is safe in terms of give him a rehab start or 2, let him really make sure that everything is fully dialed in, and then give the Padres a chance to figure out scheduling-wise where he fits into that rotation. Speaking of the rotation, looking at everything holistically, we got to talk about where this team is just in general. I'm showing you this graphic. Let me take it full screen for you in case you can't read that. Padres have the best team ERA in the league. This is due in a very large part to the bullpen being absolutely nasty and shoving on a historic level this year. Darvish obviously not going to join the bullpen. The pitching staff on the front end has been doing largely well, and we've got a couple videos, just recorded one right now, talking about Dylan Cease. You can hop over and watch that one. Cease, Kyle Hart. There have been a couple of guys with some really bad starts that are knocking this ERA even higher than it necessarily should be. So where does Darvish fit in when we're talking about putting him, into that rotation? He is the ace in the veteran clubhouse leader dude status. He knows what it takes on every level of the baseball isms and IQ that you're going to say, like he can handle himself in big games. He can go late in the season and is unaffected. He knows about the prep. He knows about the mentality. He knows about all the grind that the Padres seem to love these veteran people. Other than Yuli, I'm so glad we got rid of Yuli Gurriel. Maybe we need to get a couple of other veterans out, but the Padres really do love their veterans this year, and Darvish spiritually still could be the one. I would question, though, if the Padres are going to just straight slate him back as the one. I don't get the sense that Darvish is any sort of clubhouse diva where if he ends up just timing-wise having to, like, hey, the 3 slot is the next one up, you're healthy. The 5 slot is the next one up, you're healthy. We'll tweak it back for some series later on. To me, though, he is a 2 or a 3 guy. Maybe that's blasphemy to say that Yu Darvish is our 3. Right now, though, Michael King is the one, both on and off paper. I love Nick Pivetta. I would like to see Nick Pivetta maintain some degree of this all season, and I want to believe that this is not smoke and mirrors, waiting until pitching and hitting coaches all figure him out on the West Coast. I think that maybe it was just he needed a little change of scenery, and he's really digging the environment, and he's getting the run support. I think he could be fantastic. I am not a huge fan of what Dylan Cease is bringing us this year. I've talked about wanting to trade him. I've talked about not wanting to deal with his huge contract in the offseason. I think his numbers are also just kind of inconsistent and all over the place. I'm not going to boot you just sort of like, you're almost 40. You're coming off an injury. We're going to put you at the 4 or 5 just because you're just here to be a dude. Like, he fits in at that 3. Then you put Cease at the 4, Kolek at the 5. Tell me that's not this. Tell me that's not the best pitching staff in baseball. We may not have the best individual pitchers in baseball with that setup, but if Yu Darvish comes back and can be our 3, or if Cease, based off of his last outing that he just had against New York, is free of an injury and is going to start pitching again like he is truly capable of, and then I still think you probably leave Darvish up in the top 3, and you're talking about pushing Pivetta to be your 4 guy. I know the playoffs are a ways away, but to me, the 1, 2, 3, 4 of King, Cease, Pivetta, and Darvish, with a kicker of then you have Kolek if you need, but you move him to the bullpen. That 4-man right there, I think, wins almost, if not any series they are put into. That's 4 really good pitchers with really good run support. So, Yu Darvish, it's what everybody wants to hear. He's making progress. He is not having steps backwards. He is very close. He's close to being close. He still is, as of us recording this, probably at least 2 weeks away. But we actually have a feel for a timeline now, versus just that amorphous, he's shut down, we'll get to him when he's feeling. Like, we have him in Peoria. We have him, what we're talking about, 40 to 50 pitches, 3 innings, facing live batters, getting after it a little bit, and we will have more for you after that Tuesday start to let you know exactly how it goes. But right now, I'd say, like, again, drop a comment what you think, but I'd say we see him in 3 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks, 1 month, outer limits. And if we wait that long, it is with the hopes that he is healthy and ready to go for the entire, call it the second half of the season, which to me just makes the Padres absolutely lethal. So I know it was a stressful start to the season, or stressful off season, and some other injuries kind of piling up, but the news seems to be good, especially with Yu Darvish. If you could hit that subscribe button, like I said, I'd bug you at the end of the show. It would be much appreciated. Also, go check out all the other videos. We got tons of great stuff. This was just one player. We got all sorts of stuff all season long as we ride emotionally shotgun with you through the ups and downs of being Padres fans. Until then, we'll talk to you guys soon.